progress. Okay. So let me share my screen now. So we have done this project, right? Also, I have shared you this structural project toilet block building. Okay. So in this building, you have noticed we have a section drawing like this. So how do we can create this type of section from our Revit? That we have to see now. So obviously for that we have to create a section something like on the corner of the uh, not corner, like on the footing edge. Okay, bring this down and you will see all the way till the footing. Okay, so suppose we have to create this type of section. So you can see we have another two floor. One is PCC, one is rubble soling. Sometimes we can call it as rubble masonry. Okay, so these two layers we have to create in Revit. How to create? So as you can notice, we have footing right over here. Go to the footing top level. Yeah. So over here we have to create another floor. Now there is certain offset from the footing to this PCC. Generally we can take minimum of 150 or 100 mm. Okay, we will take 150 over here, the offset, and that we can create with the help of floor only. Okay, and the thickness is 0.15, that's a meter. So that is 150 mm. Both are 150 mm. Okay, offset you can take 150. Check in the section. Now you can see right now this is not on the correct level. So what you have to do, press on the move command, or else you can measure the footing thickness, that is 450 mm. So you can give minus 450 mm over here, or best option you can do, make sure uncheck the constant option, and then you can move it from the edge. Better you can give minus 450 only. So it's gone all the way to the bottom. Okay. Now, as per the drawing, you can give the separate material. So I will duplicate this. PCC again and change the material from concrete to some different yeah, so some different concrete I will paste. I required a fine, so that is in the sand. Okay, so fine aggregate, basically it's required. These are the four segregate symbol. Okay, so this is fine. Again I will copy this or create in the footing top level, copy, align to same place. Okay, and then in the section provide more 150, that is 600, minus 600. So 2 layer, now we have 3. This we called it as rubble masonry. Rubble soling also we can call, okay? And change the material this time, duplicate material and change the texture. Actually, in this template, the stone's texture is not available. Maybe we can copy it from the other project that we can do, but in general, we have some stone texture so that we can load kind of this texture. Okay. Okay, so let it be for now. We will focus on the other thing like how to tag. Okay. So TG is a shortcut command. So this is a tag. Now we are placing the tag. It's showing basically the dimension of footing. And for normal slab, there is no such options. So actually, this tag is for the structural element only. Okay. So we required another tag that is just for the floor. Okay. So we'll insert and we will load family tag. Okay. So we required annotation. Annotations. Okay. So in the annotation, we will have so many different tags available. Um, Rebar tag, slab tag. Okay, M slab tag. So in this way, we have to load tag. Okay. So see the slab tag is now taking place. All right. So what we can do, first place one tag. So what it is basically doing, it's just connecting to this slab and basically it's writing out its name only. Okay, its name only. So this tag we can do some changes. How to do changes in this tag? You can go to edit family and this text, select the text, edit label. Okay. So in edit label, what you can see, it's writing out the type name of the slab. Okay. Instead of writing of the tag type name, we can also give whatever we want. Like we can give the mark, even the type mark. Okay. So suppose if we have put the type mark, so you have to remove the type name. Okay. Now if we will load into the project, what you will notice, it's not giving any name right now over here. So what do you have to do? You have to select the particular floor, go to edit type, and you will note you will find type mark. So right now type mark is empty. So you have to provide the name. Suppose I will write PCC and press OK. Now it will take the same PCC tag. Okay. Understood everyone? Same way. Duplicate this too. Double soling. So here also I will write the same thing. Okay. So apply the tag either by selecting the one tag and click on CS, that is create similar. That will also do. Or else what you can do, you can press TG. Shortcut command for tag is TG. Okay. So automatically it will appear the particular tag which is required for the particular element. Okay. Now over here, you will notice some of the things like one is leader line. When we are placing the tag, it is attached with the leader line. Sometime leader line is not required. I will show you. And the second option is leader type, attach end. Attach end, what it is doing, it will always attach with this floor. Okay, like element. So end will be attached. Okay. Second option is free end. Friend, I guess I will say it is better option than attaching. How? Here you will have the choice to click first click so that wherever you want to, and second click and then third click. So this is the most accurate option. Okay. So don't go for attach end, go for free end. Once you do free end, you have ability to change its exact location. Okay. Otherwise, it's not easy to edit like with the attach end option. Okay. So if you want to edit it, make sure you will change this to free end. Understood everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's move to the section again. So in this way, you have to do the tag. Rebar tag is there. I have loaded. So once you will place the rebar tag, once you place the rebar, tag will be appear. See, this tag is kind of H12 and it's showing 4. 4 is basically tag and type number. Okay. So basically this element, it's not only 4, it's so many. Why it's showing 4? Okay. So basically, when you are placing any rebar, it's taking the number. So right now we want to change this tag. So right now the tag is selecting. Okay, there is a lot of things. Let's jump to the section again. So there is these many numbers in the available in the tag. Like quantity, if you want the quantity, type and number, then you can go for the first one. I want the quantity type spacing, this one. So this is the better option. So it is showing the number of rebar 15 of this length. The rebar is of 12 mm and spacing 150. If you don't want this much, type and type spacing and number. Number actually not required. Okay, so this is more accurate. Okay, D12 200 mm center to center. If you want anything on the back side, like instead of number, what I will do, HH spacing number. So I don't want to show the number. So what you can do, you can remove this one. Type spacing is fine. Okay. And at the end, you want to write it same way, center to center. So what you can do, you can give the suffix value, capital C slash C. So it will show the see alternate at the rate is also a prefix. It's the text coming in between these two elements. So first element is the type name. So type name basically it's taking the rebar size in dia. Okay, so rebar dia at the rate spacing and then at the end suffix. Also, if you want to give the space, so please provide one space bar. Then it will take the space. Okay, now load this into project. Okay, so this is what we want. Okay, another space if you want again you have to go to the edit label, select this at the rate spacing CC, edit label, and provide the space bar over here, also over here. Press OK. Understood, everyone? So in this way, you can so in this way you can provide the tag to the rebar as well. Okay. Again, same thing. You can provide the free end so that free end you can easily move it somewhere if you want. Okay, don't provide the attach end option. Okay, this is 1 is to 100. Generally, in details, we will provide 1 is to 120, 1 is to 25, or 1 is to 50 at max. Sometimes we will give, but in general, these type of details we will provide at 1 is to 20, 1 is to 10, something like that only. Okay. So again, the text and all, the tag and all, you can bring it little closer so that it will be visible in one portion. Okay. Make sure this box and all for the tag, bring it just outside the tag area. Okay. And don't provide any section in the section. It will looks weird. Not required in the section. Okay. Understood everyone? Any question? If you have, you can ask. And the most important thing is dimension. So make sure at the end you will provide the dimension. Okay. So in this way you can have the split dimension and one dimension for the overall from the foundation bottom to the plinth RC beam. Okay. Floor to floor. So in this way you can provide the dimension. Once you will provide all the text, like I have not provided all, but you can provide for all, okay, in the same manner. Once you will provide, what you have to do, you have to bring this section in the sheet. So as I have already shown you so many times, how to drag the sheet, how to drag the like drawings into the sheet. So just open one layout and bring your section. So see, 1 is to 20, 125 is this much big section. Okay. Is this much big section. And if I'll bring, put 1 is to 100, so it's like very small. So this looks very weird on this much big seed. So that's why detailing generally we will do minimum 1 is to 120, 1 is to 25, and sometime we can also provide more detail in 1 is to 10 or 1 is to 20 something, even at 1 is to 5. Okay. So a scale for each details are provided. See this warehouse project. This is a warehouse project. You can see the scale of each drawing. So small details generally we will provide. See 1 is to 30, 1 is to 15, 1 is to 30. So small details generally we will provide at small scale. Okay. For footing you can see 1 is to 15. Even column also 1 is to 30. Section of footing 1 is to 15. So in this way you have to produce your drawings. Understood? Now we will do sections and detailing. Any question, anyone? Any question till now in section detailing?
No, sir.
Only thing you have to bring all the rebars and all the column bars so that you can tag in this way. Just now it's showing over here. Okay. So create the section for beam as well, for the column, for the footing. Okay. Produce this type of detail for the beam. So produce this type of detail for the beam. Okay. This is also the section of beam, and you can provide the rebar, separate rebar detail. Okay. Now rebar schedule also you can produce in Revit, that we will look now. So in the schedule, see in the structural template, already the rebar schedule is there. But this is like very weird. Like it's showing all the rebar in this project. So basically you have to filter out. You have to filter out like where exactly this rebars we have provided. So that is how you can understood like where exactly these rebars coming from. So this is like for the whole project right now, we have all the rebars. So what we can do, suppose this slab rebar, I will select for now. Make sure you will select with the drag selection. Okay. So these rebar, I want to provide certain mark or something so that I can filter out. So in this mark option, you can provide the, suppose the slab, first floor slab. Okay. So now we can easily filter out this rebar of first floor slab in this schedule. So what I will do, I will duplicate this schedule and I will rename it structural schedule, rebar schedule for slab. So slab rebar schedule. Okay. And in filters, I will apply uh, mark. So we require a field first. Mark. Bring the mark at very end. No problem. Also in the filter, select the mark. Check the equal value only, and you will notice only one slab, only one place you have first floor slab option available. If you provide all the rebars different mark, then in equal it will show all the different marks. Okay, right now only one mark I have provided, so only one mark I will select. Now you will notice only the rebar in the slab is visible right now. Understood? So if you will select uh, Select the schedule any rebar. Suppose I will select this rebar. Go to the 3D. You will notice the selection is basically of these rebar. Understood? Any confusion, anyone? So whatever the rebar schedule you will produce, you can bring and drag it inside the project also. Okay, in the seats also. So if suppose I will open the seat right now, this is a whole section. Suppose I will produce a drawing for only the slab section. That time you can drag the slab rebar schedule. Okay. So however you have provided your slab rebar, also you don't want to show the mark in this rebar schedule column. So what you can do, you can uh, right click and you can hide this column because this is just for showing the filter. We don't want it to show inside the sheet. So what you can do, right click, hide the column. Also you can hide it from here. Okay, same. Understood everyone? Now you can see the sheet over here. It is not visible. So that is best. So net quantity you can see from the schedule for each type of bars. Okay. Even the length we can see. Some of the rebars is not showing the length. Let's see which rebars are this. Basically, this rebar it's not showing the length. It's okay, but we want maximum things like also we can see the rebar shape, like which rebar shape of this particular rebar. So overall, we can calculate the net quantity from here. Okay. We can also calculate the volume so that we can calculate this rebar in kg. See, as many number of fields are available over here. We can take anything which is required for our project. Now I will create new schedule quantities. Suppose for slab, first we will calculate load. Okay. So just family and type. So over here you can notice one more thing. It is having this volume is particularly for the concrete calculation. Okay. Then we are having uh, estimated reinforcement volume. Okay. So this will calculate the volume of rebar reinforcement. Okay. So basically from that volume, we can calculate the kg also. So that we can produce with the help of formula. Okay, that thing we can look in detail. But the most important thing is any type of floor we can check. Suppose PCC we don't have reinforcement, right? PCC generally we don't provide any reinforcement. So these floors is having reinforcement. We can calculate total, and from the volume we can calculate the kg as well. Okay. So basically we can estimate our reinforcement inside the project. This is for only slab. We can calculate separate for the column for the each portion. Okay. One by one, you can create number of schedules. Also, you can drag the schedules inside the sheets. Understood, everyone? And details. So in this way, you have to produce your drawings. Also produce the layout. This is the foundation layout. This is the column layout. So this way you can produce the structural layouts drawing. Okay. For the beam details, just provide the layouts first. Also try to do the schedule in this way. So you have to provide the beam level sizes. Just now you can see this is the size A, B, C, D. So that thing you can do. I will tell you later if you want. This is the beam size actually, 200 by 300. But for the rebar also we can provide. So this type of schedule we can produce in the particular. This is for the beam schedule. Okay. Also, just notice, I have just noticed the stairs rebars are 12 mm, 100 center to center spacing. Okay. And distribution bar of the stairs is 8 mm only. Again, it's 100 mm spacing center to center. Okay. And for slab, we have these rebars provided 8 mm 100 at 100 mm spacing. So provide all the slab rebar, and it is showing like where you have to do the curtailment, like at 1 meter from this edge, at 1 meter from this edge. Okay. So this is basically it's provided from their end. Okay. So try to produce this type of sheets. Okay. Don't go for the architectural sheet, but at least you can draw footing column details layout, beam layout, slab layout. So produce this type of sheet, and then you can have the final touch of this project. Okay. See, in your portfolio, I want you to show this type of layout. Also, at the same time, one or two details for each element like beam, even for the column. So suppose I have provided this section, I will show you my portfolio so that you will have the idea how we will provide the details for the project. So this is my portfolio. You can have the glimpse like how we are producing the drawings for the portfolio. See this type of schedules you can produce. Even 3D we can give the tag. Understood? So detailed 3D tag also you can produce. Some details drawings we can produce. Okay. So as much details you can produce from your project, that will looks your portfolio very nice. Okay. Yeah, for beam. So one section like this, you can produce this type of section, and one 3D also you can show. I have already shown how to show the colorful rebars, right? So this type of rebar and some details, and also for the slab, you can show this type of details. Okay, you can bring out some section for the beam, even for the column. So try to produce this type of drawings from your project so that you can bring it out inside your portfolio. So once you will create this type of portfolio, obviously your portfolio will be looks awesome. Okay. So think from now only when you are doing any project, try to produce at least 4 or 5 drawings from that project so that it will be attached inside your portfolio. Understood, everyone? If you want help, I will
Yes,
help
sir.
you in the DCS.
Yes, sir.
Don't worry. But make your mind like you will have to work till you have to complete your portfolio also.
Sir, I have one more
O-
doubt on the beam. I mean, in the secondary beam. Uh,
Okay, just wait for a second. I will have some more thing. So this is the details and layout I have shown you how to do. Quickly, I will show you one warehouse project. So basically, in this warehouse project, we have normal concrete footings, bottom floor beams. Will show you. So see, this is normal PCC. Over there, there is a footing, then small column till the ground. But once the ground level is started, there is we called concrete only. Okay, clean concrete, and then over there a metal plate, base plate is attached, and that will carry the load of steel column. Okay, so now we have to look how to produce a steel warehouse building in Revit. Okay, so this type of basically we have to draw. So in general, I'm just showing you in this project only. I'm showing you on the right side. So suppose I will create certain more grids. Okay, and then instead of structural concrete, you have to place the column of steel. So you can see there is these many steels provided by default. So you can use for now anyone, but you have to also check uh, the steel which is provided in this project. Okay, so you can see all the types of steel it is basically provided. UV 250, that steel schedule you have to look. This is for the beam. Okay, for the rafter, for the purlin, for the roof. Okay, so one by one you can check all the things and you can provide your steel. So just now, suppose you be this beam. So this is for beam and column only, but you have to check the size basically. So what size is basically, and also provide order on the height. This is first floor. Go to limiting column till first floor. So one by one, you can place all the columns. So this is how we have placed the steel columns. Okay. Now you will notice you have to place in, suppose, one, two, three, four. There is no column in between. So only four column on each side. And then you have to provide the beam in this direction. So how we will produce that one, that we have to check. So basically, go to one of the elevation. Suppose this elevation. So if we will provide the beam, but at first we have to decide at what height the slanted beam we have to produce. Okay. So basically we have to measure it from the CAD. What height is the side of the column? Okay. And what height the center of the mid span of beam. Okay. So that we can decide. Suppose this height is 3500. So suppose this is 4 at 4000. Suppose 4500. Okay. So first produce a detail line like this. Now you have to draw actual beam in this area. So how we will draw? Let's see. Go to the floor plan. Now when you are drawing a beam, we have an option. What option? First select the beam size. Okay. Then you can see at we have the option start extension on while justification origin y value z value. So basically first draw one beam from here to here and then select the beam. You have start level offset and end level offset. Okay. So we have started from here. This I don't want any change, but over here I want 1 meter of offset. Now go to the 3D or section in which yeah, in north elevation we are creating, right? So see, we have created the beam. Starting point is 0 and second point we have produced 1000. So basically, it will come up to this point, right? And then whatever the extension you want to do as per the detail, do it later. Okay. Once this is done, you need to mirror to the opposite end. Okay, but the grid is not at same distance. So 700, 7,000. This also 7,000. Okay. So this is one steel beam we have produced. But in general, we have to bring so many beam in between. So you can see the section also. This is the plan. So basically these horizontal line are showing the beams, number of beam in this direction. And the blue one is basically the beam, the main beam, primary beam, which is connected to the column. So for primary beam, we have to produce kind of this. Okay. So that one we can just copy in the plan. But vertical direction beam we can do with the help of beam system. See, there is one normal beam, there is one option beam system. Beam shift system is basically you can create number of beams using this beam system. So let's start. So basically, you can sketch where exactly you want to create your beam system. You can sketch those areas. Okay, so I will show you. So you can see this section basically I have created and it's showing this is how exactly your section looks like. Now in 3D, I will try to do one more thing. First, we have to pick a plane. In which plane we have to work. Now I will draw the area. This will decide the beam direction. So basically, I want the beam in this direction. So that's why I have placed it over here. Okay. Now go to the 3D and you will see we have produced the beam. Right now it's placing, it's crossing basically. We don't want to cross it. With basically when you will see the section, we have to place it just over this primary beam. So what you have to do, we have to go to the section or elevation, and right now it's placing over here. So basically we have to provide, uh, let's try to move. Yeah. So basically we have to move outside. Okay. And then we can provide the spacing, like how many number of beams we have to provide, that we can check over here. What is the spacing of this beam? Also, we can calculate 1, 2, 3, 4, total of 7, suppose beam we can have to place. So you can select the fixed number as well, and you can provide the number. So basically it will calculate and it will adjust in this area. Understood? Also beam type you can decide afterward. So right now it's C channel, not a I shape. Okay. So that C channel beam you have to load first, because over here right now it's not loaded. So that type of beam you have to load from edit family, from the load family option. Okay. Structural framing. Have you seen structural framing? Yeah, this one. So steel beam, you want C channel, right? MC channel. Load all the safe for now, and then select the beam system and change the beam type C channel. Okay. Dimension and all you can change it later also. So right now two dimensions are there, but we can anytime duplicate any number of beam, and we can provide the dimension as per the requirement. Okay. Suppose we want basically this steel beam. Basically, it's having the Indian standard size, so that you have to look, and basically based on the dimension only, we will get the actual dimension. Like actually, there is a code. From that code only, these beams and all we can take. Understood, everyone? Again, once it is done, just mirror it to the other side. So this is how your beam system. Also, you can place it one extra in the center normal beam and one extra over here. Okay. Or just you can bring this, bring the edges little more so that it will come at the end. Okay. So that will work. After that, we have to do one more thing. You can see there is one beam in this direction that you have to also place. Okay. And we have to place the outer edge beam. So those things you have to do one by one. And also you have to place the bracing in between the column. So how to do bracing? See, there is a brace option available. So you can click on the plan view. Click on the center. Reference level, we can click on print. Start from plinth level, end from first floor. Okay, this is how it will be. Okay. So once one direction is placed, you can do mirror. No need to click again for the same. So this is how you have to basically brace. In bracing drawing in this project, it's not shown, but basically we have to brace. Okay, can take one example, warehouse building. So this is how you have to produce your warehouse. Okay. Also, you have noticed this bracing is there. You have noticed there is a truss system. Sometime instead of normal beam, this is normal beam system only. But sometime we have to provide trusses. So bracing, you all understand, right? We have to provide the bracing, and sometime so this single bracing is also work fine. So let's do single bracing only. So this is working fine. So basically we have to do this, and then yeah, at the end one more. And now I am talking more about I will talk more on the Bracing, you all understand, right? Now, one more thing I have seen, the truss system. So here you have seen on the top beam, we have a trusses. Okay, how the trusses are there. You have noticed the trusses are there. So how to provide the trusses, basically, I will show you so that whenever you have to create the truss instead of beam, we can also provide the truss system. We go to the first floor plan and let's create the truss. So you can see over here trusses are available. So there is a flat truss and you can load the family as well for the steel structural truss. Steel structural truss. Okay. So different types of trusses are there. Suppose the wherein with this one I will provide, suppose. Also triangular truss also we can check. So just need to provide from grid to grid and you will notice whatever the in the truss, whatever the steel you can select, it will basically placed in the steel. So you can change the steel letter word. You can select the steel letter word, which is whichever steel it is required for your. Suppose I will place the C only, and one by one you have to set for all. Diagonal, bottom, everywhere you can place the same or whatever the structural steel design. Basically, based on that, you have to place. Press OK, and you have your OK. Now truss height at center it's right now 1800. If you place 1000, that is what we required for our project. Okay. So in this way you can place your truss as well. Understood everyone? Diagonal spacing and all everything we can adjust later on. Okay. And then we have to. So this is what like we have the column, we have the beam truss bracing. So one by one you can do, and if you have any question, I will basically send you this CAD file so that you can also work on it. So make sure you will have the steel practice as well. Okay. So once the steel practice and details are there, you have your project done. Okay, like you have nothing to worry about anything inside the structure, Revit structure. Okay, so we have all the schedules, different schedules you can calculate, and we can also produce the drawings for the details and all. And once this all are done, just need to make sure like you can produce the drawings for the portfolio as well. Okay. So that's all for today's session. Hope you have understood or everything is clear to you. Anything is not clear, then you can ask me in the DCS, and make sure you will do the practice. I will provide the CAD in some time only. Also, I will provide the session recording so that you will have the practice very well on this warehouse as well. Okay.